Yeah, they ended up winning the constructors, 14 points clear of Ferrari. Who Ferrari for the whole season they had like fastest car for what, like 3 or 4 races only. Also, let's not forget, I know the situation with Piastri Verstappen happened in Abu Dhabi last year, but McLaren were one Lando Norris mistake away from losing the championship to Ferrari.
Yeah.
So I think, yes, even if McLaren win the championship on Sunday, and they would deserve it for what they've done this season. But do you not think it would be also a bit disappointing the way they've won it? Is that they've applied these stupid papaya rules and
No,
they've
no, no.
created these shenanigans and they let Verstappen back in the fight for somehow after
No, no,
being
no. I
like
don't think.
so well clear of him after Zandvoort.
I don't think they should be ashamed of themselves for doing that. And I don't. I and if anyone says, "Oh yeah, that's just shameful because you let Piastri, you let Lando through," McLaren want to win the championship, and people forget that winning the championship is not more. It's not about winning the championship. It's about money. There's a lot of money for winning a championship. Not only does winning the championship mean that you get mean that you get the championship. Hooray! You want the championship. No, there's a lot of money. Sponsors pay out millions of dollars if a driver wins the championship. Uh, there's a lot of bonuses as well. Uh, um, um, there's a lot of things involved behind the scenes other than winning the championship. Winning the championship means you pay more money, by the way, because at the end of every season, you pay a fine for every point you get. I think, or pay an amount for every point you get, or something like that.
Hmm.
So yeah, there's a lot of money involved behind winning the championship, and not only for the driver, also for the team. The team also benefit a lot. People don't understand that the team benefit a lot from winning. So the team gets a lot of.
It's a team game. It's a team game that
It's
you
a
are saying.
Yeah, it's a team game. It's not only okay. Yeah, it's a team game, of course. Like we've seen it. We've seen it multiple times where team games play and drivers winning the championship. Like for example, multiple times we see team orders, let your other teammate die, etc. It might look on track that
Yeah,
they're faster, but in general, there's a lot of money involved.
and that,
If McLaren think if you're in this position where we all know that Lando has a bigger probability of winning, bigger chance of probability of winning the championship. Like, if I was McLaren, I wouldn't be ashamed of telling my other driver, yeah, yeah, that your teammate has a bigger chance of winning the championship. Currently, you're not in the position. You put yourself in this position, and people are gonna say, "Oh, McLaren are the ones that McLaren are the ones that put Piastri in this position." No, 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 it's not. Piastri put himself in this position.
hmm
So,
yeah,
so
yeah.
he
And
had,
Piastri also, let's not forget Piastri.
yeah,
Yeah, and Piastri also, let's not forget, after let's say after Zandvoort, he was 34 points clear of Lando and 104 points clear of Max, and he the way he's been performing badly, except Qatar, he put himself in that situation. But what I want to say is that I want to ask you a question about also Oscar missing FP1 in Abu Dhabi this weekend. Do you think that's going to be a disadvantage for Oscar? Because let's not forget, like Abu Dhabi is a low grip track, and we all know Oscar likes a track that are high grip, as it showed in Qatar. Do you think it's going to be disadvantage for him against Lando, or it makes no difference because Lando missed FP1 in Mexico and missed FP1 in Austria, and he won both of them comfortably?
no, it won't make a difference. Plus, if he, from the team side, they want Lando in the car rather than Piastri because
Why?
Lando has a bigger chance to win the championship than Oscar. Oscar has a slim chance,
Mhm,
if none. The only way Oscar can win the championship is if both Max and Lando DNF or finish outside of the
mhm,
points, which I don't think that's gonna happen. So so I think McLaren are lucky that it came out this way, and I
mhm.
think also McLaren kind of planned it out. Mexico, they could have gone the opposite way. They could have put Piastri out of the car and the other driver in the car. But yeah, I think it McLaren always like every team has always has plans, plan A, B, and C and D. They know how the chances you can calculate the chances and stuff like that of uh, of these scenarios. So yeah, I think McLaren have from the earlier than the season, like since Mexico, they knew that Lando was gonna have a bigger chance with the current performance of Austin. Lando was gonna have a bigger chance of winning the championship when it comes to Abu Dhabi. They probably had this as their worst case scenario, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you think any teams? Obviously, we all know for Abu Dhabi, it should be the battle. McLaren should be strong, and the team who could challenge them most likely it's Red Bull, Verstappen. But do you think other teams, like as you mentioned, Mercedes, could they also be involved in the fight with those top three? Could, let's say, Russell make an interference who could win the championship, or even Leclerc maybe because Leclerc is always decent in Abu Dhabi.
Look, I'm gonna say this. In 2021, we thought Verstappen was gonna win the championship. Oh no, we thought Hamilton was gonna win the championship because Hamilton's gonna win the championship easily, but shit happens. Then from every
Hmm.
team, from the entire grid, Latifi for all, Latifi the one that crashed. He was in dead last and he crashed. So anything can happen. So anyone can
Yeah.
interfere. Not only the teams, not only the top teams. Anyone can interfere with the midfield teams. Anyone can interfere. Even the back markers can interfere. A back marker could crash into another back marker and cause a safety.
Mm.
It's open. It's open in the air. Anything can happen. So I don't think there's gonna
Mm.
be a specific team or specific person that could interfere. And try good to interfere.
Yeah, I hope, by the way, I hope the title on Sunday won't be decided by some, shenanigans and some
Yeah,
interference
it
from the
will.
outside
It
because
will.
I think,
FIA want this. It will happen. As much as I don't want it, I think chaos will happen in something. Someone is gonna crash.
yeah, yeah, I think obviously on Sunday, I expect chaos, of course. I think everybody expect chaos in a title decided on
Abu
Sunday.
Dhabi doesn't.
However,
Abu,
I don't think we as Formula One fans, I don't think we want the championship on Sunday to be decided in the way it happened 2021.
no, of course not. Of course not.
Mm.
But from a money standpoint and a sporting standpoint, FIA wants the same thing to happen. But as from a fan point, it will happen. Abu Dhabi doesn't produce chaos most of the time. Maybe like at best one crash. Like we had I think every season except like last no every season except like last year. I don't remember like we had a safety car last year, but we didn't. I don't think so.
No, last year there was no safety car, even though the crash happened between Piastri and Verstappen, and
I think
also there was
Piastri was
some
able to continue
uh,
on. Piastri was able to continue
yeah,
on
he
next
was
year.
able to continue, but there was also another incident between Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez, but they still continued.
Yeah, I don't. I every year there has always been a safety car. Abu Dhabi is known for having a safety car, but I don't think it's known for chaos. Like Baku, for example. Even Baku this year was kind of disappointing. There was not as much chaos as we usually have. I don't know. I hope the championship is won cleanly. The FI does not interfere, and the drivers drive cleanly. I think Lando has the biggest chance of winning, considering he only needs to finish in P3, which should be possible unless something out of the woods happens. I think Lando should be. If Lando starts P1 or P2 and ends up in P3, I think he will be able to retain P3. If he starts on the podium,
Mm,
he'll be able to finish on the podium. So it's gonna be hard for any other team
mm.
to interfere or to try to push to get into the podium. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
FP1 is in a
Okay,
couple of
final
hours. We'll see.
prediction.
Yes.
Yeah, final predictions. Final predictions. Before we talk about the Kimentinelli situation, before the final predictions for the Abu Dhabi. One, two. I have two. I'm gonna ask you two questions. One. who's going to win the race, top three and pole position as we do every weekend, and second, who's going to be drivers world champion.
Okay, quickly. Verstappen is gonna win the race. Piastri is gonna come in P2. And Lando's gonna come in P3. Lando's gonna be champion. That's it.
Okay, my prediction. I think pole position. I'm going for Oscar pole position,
Okay.
and I'm going for Oscar Piastri pole position, and I think the guy who's going to win the race is Max Verstappen. I think Max Verstappen will win the race. Second position will be Oscar Piastri. Third position will be George Russell. And when you hear me say that, you'll say, "Oh, that means Lando's going to win the championship." Listen, I think Lando should win the championship. He should win the championship. However, I don't trust in his team to get it over the line.
I think
I don't think, in my
they will.
opinion,
They will. They will. They can. They can fuck this up. I think they will.
yeah, of
McLaren
course,
have been in this
yeah, of
position
course,
before. They've been in this position before. They can't fuck it up. They've been in this position before. They tend to, when it gets serious, they tend to wake up. I I
yeah, yeah,
I don't think I don't
yeah.
think
I mean,
Lando's gonna be out of the podium. I think Russell's gonna interfere. We see
no,
that. That's
he should not be. He should not. He should not be. He should not. He should finish in the podium, of course. But the problem is, McLaren. They have a like a history in them doing this to themselves. So that's
if
why I
Verstappen wins the
don't trust.
championship, I'm not watching F1 ever again. That's it. I give up. I swear I give up.
Yeah,
We can't have the same champion over and over and over again. Every fucking single new regulations. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry. It's
yeah. I mean,
ridiculous.
and that will be, and
For the
that will be,
sport's
and that
sake,
will be
people have legit left the sport because of this. في ناس ما بطلت تتفرج. Some people stop watching F1 because of this. If F1 starts to get a little bit interesting and there's a new winner every one year, 2 years, that's good for the sport. We don't want the same thing happening again. Anyway, you think
but
Verstappen's gonna win?
that will be because of that would be because of McLaren. So as I said, I don't trust McLaren to get over the line. And even if Red Bull are not, let's say, hypothetically on pure pace, they are the fastest team in Abu Dhabi. I think the engineering team, Hannah Schmitz, the job
She's shit.
that she's done
She
in
is shit. I'm gonna say it up there. She's shit. She's not good.
the job she's done in Qatar, helping Red Bull winning the
Qatar,
race was fantastic.
Qatar, they did nothing. They did nothing different. They just pitted with the entire team pitted.
That's
They did
that's
nothing
that's
special.
that
They did nothing special. ما تقوليش strategy won. McLaren only did not pit
no,
because they
they
felt that
didn't do they
softs.
didn't do
We're gonna
they didn't do something they didn't do something special, but you have to give them credit for outsmarting the McLaren. So I think Red Bull, even though they're not the fastest team, as everybody knows that, they have an incredible ability to still, a good engineering team and a great driver, Max, to get it over the line. So and they have a and their experience. In 2010 in Abu Dhabi, they were the underdogs against Ferrari, and they still managed to win the title. In 2021, where it looked like Lewis Hamilton was going to win the race, and then boom, safety car. So it was Ferrari's turn, it was Mercedes' turn, now it's McLaren's turn, maybe. But
no. It's McLaren's gonna win this, inshallah. I'm a
so,
pray they win.
so yeah,
حاسس
that's why I
هدعي
think.
هدعي يكسبوا مش عايز ريد بول يكسبوا. I hate Red Bull. I do not want Red Bull because we won't see the day مش هيسكتوا. If Red Bull win or Verstappen win, they won't shut up. That's it.
Oh, of course, of course.
عشان كده مش I don't want them to win.
Mm. For guys, people wondering what language is Muhammad using, he's using Arabic, so if people don't get confused. But as I was talking about the Red Bull, I think yes, McLaren should win and McLaren should win the championship. However, I don't trust them to get it over the line, and I think Red Bull have a good mentality in winning championships. That's why I trust Verstappen to win the championship on Sunday. But who knows? It could change, and McLaren could finally
They'll
learn their
wake up.
lessons
They'll
and
wake up.
win the championship.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
I said
So
they will.
let's move on to the most stupid, the most shenanigans, the most disgraceful, the most whatever you like to call it, Kimi Antonelli situation. I mean, but people, if and any people wondering, what happened in Qatar was it was Kimi Antonelli was sitting fourth, Landanos was sitting fifth. And it was closing stages of the race, and Lando was constantly closing on him, but because Qatar is a terrible track, he couldn't overtake him. However, the tires was starting to go out from Kimi Antonelli's side, and Kim Antonelli made a rookie mistake, which can happen, of course, because he's still a rookie, even though he's had a great season, which meant that Lando Norris went past Antonelli, and Lando Norris finished fourth, and he gained 2 points. That could be crucial at the end. And then after the race, Giampiero Lambiasi, the Red Bull engineer, said to Max that it looked like Antonelli let Norris through on purpose.